Hello, everybody. We are going to kick off this week with religion and the Catholic social teachings. You watched 3 videos last week on Catholic social teachings, and I know they weren't totally exciting, but they did have great information in them. So I hope you did actually watch them. And these are not new concepts. The wording might be new to you, like Catholic social teaching. You might not have thought of it in that terminology, but caring for one another and doing our part is not a new idea to you. We talk about this pretty frequently, but it is important to know that there are these themes to the Catholic social teachings. So this week I'm going to go over them again with you just to review, and then I'm going to have you do some reflection questions on these social teachings. So this video will just be kind of going through each one pretty quickly, and then I'll have you answer some questions for me. Okay, so first let's talk about what are the Catholic social teachings. They are central to our faith. The central teachings are all based on our understanding of human life and its inherent dignity that we all deserve. We all deserve this, regardless of our age, our how wealthy we are, how poor we are, where we live in the world, the color of our skin. That does not matter. So then what do the Catholic social teachings call us to do? Well, they call us to work for the common good, to help build a just society, to uphold the dignity of human life, and to support those near and far from us who need our help. So that could include your neighbor down the street, that could include someone in your family, your immediate family, or it could be people suffering from the devastation of a hurricane or like the fires that were in Australia. Like, we can reach out and help other communities as well. It doesn't have to be people right here in your neighborhood, in Cincinnati. It could be all over the world. So, and I want to apologize. When I'm doing this video, I have to slide my picture over. So there you go. So you can see all the pictures. It just doesn't fit all on one screen. So, but again, there are people working together to help one another, and that's what we are called to do. So teaching has to do with the life and dignity of the human person. And these pictures, I think, are very important. Not just because that baby is super cute, I love it, but because it shows a little precious little baby, but also the person who is in the bottom picture, the elderly person, their life is just as important. So we need to respect the lives of people at all ages, from a little tiny baby to an older person. Everybody's life is precious. So let's read what it has to say. It says, every human person is created in the image and likeness of God. Therefore, every person's life and dignity must be respected and supported throughout their whole life. So we just shouldn't forget about somebody because they're in a nursing home. Those people need love and care and respect too. It doesn't matter just because of someone's age. They need to be respected and supported throughout their entire life. No human's dignity should be compromised due to age, gender, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, or anything else. And this belief in the dignity of the human person is the foundation of all the Catholic social teachings. So that is the idea that will run through all of these. Call to family, community, and participation. So, sorry, I have to slide it over again. How we organize our society, socially, economically, legally, and politically, directly affects human dignity and the ability of every human person to grow in community with one another. Excuse me. The Catholic Church believes marriage and family are the foundations for social life and should be supported. Additionally, every person has a right to participate in society and work for the advancement of the common good and the well-being of all. Geez, I'm sorry about that. So think about how important your family is in your community, and you all have a right to be active members of that community and to participate and to work for the common good. So I know each one of you values your family at home and you love your family very much. We are very lucky to have such a wonderful community around us as well. We have our GA community. And then even if you think in a bigger scope, like you have your GA community, maybe your neighborhood in the city. So we're all working together. And the participation, you participate, I'm sure you participate in your family, but also you're doing things in our community that help others already. When you participate some of the programs at school, when you are doing when you were doing your service hours, or if you are participating in programs that affect others, like if you are donating to the St. Vincent de Paul food pantry, or the clothing drive. Those are ways that we are helping others in our community. Each person has a right to the conditions for living a decent life: food, health, housing, education, and employment. We have a duty to secure and help uphold these rights for others, no matter where they live in the world. And think about all that we have. We have so much to be thankful for. And this brought to mind when we were reading I Will Always Write Back. Martin lived in Zimbabwe. He didn't do anything wrong. His family didn't do anything wrong, but their living conditions were so much harder than ours. He only had one outfit to wear. He didn't have his own bed. He slept on the floor underneath his parents' bed in that one room with all his brothers and sisters. Things are not the same all around the world. Everybody deserves living a decent life. Everybody, no matter where they are in the world. Option for the poor and vulnerable. So this is how we treat the poor in our society directly reflects on us. The Catholic Church calls on all of us to put the needs of the poor and the vulnerable first. This means helping the poor and those in need at an individual level, like giving food to the hungry, helping the homeless, but also at the governmental level, enacting legislation to help those struggling financially. So it's not just, this has to be on a bigger scale than just us. When I look at this sign, we're all on this together. It makes me think of what people have been saying, like we're all in this together, thinking about like the situation we're in now, where we're all quarantined and we're going to get through this together, which we are. We need to come together, especially in time of need or frustration, or that's when we need each other. So this solidarity, that's number 5. It's the teaching is based on the belief that we are one human family, despite our differences in race, our home country, our age, our religion, and financial situation. We're all human. We're still family. We are all created in God's image, and so we are all called to treat our fellow human beings as we would our own brothers and sisters. And at the core of this teaching is the pursuit of justice and peace for all. Dignity of work. And this teaching states that economies should be designed to serve the people. Work is a form of continuing participation in God's creation, so we are called to uphold the dignity of work. And this means that we must protect workers' rights, like fair working hours and conditions, and make sure all have access to a fair and livable wage. And think about all the people that are working so hard now to make things keep going on as normally, I guess, as they can. think of all the workers who are working day in and day out at Kroger's. Like that's, I know, a job that maybe people didn't think was that important, but holy cow, we need that, and we need to get our groceries, and those kinds of jobs. Sometimes they don't pay very well. So the people that are checking out your groceries or stocking the shelves, those aren't high-paying jobs, but those people are working very hard for the community. And especially in times like this, we are so grateful that people are doing those jobs. But everybody deserves good working conditions, fair wages, livable wages. That is what the dignity of work entails. We have the care for God's creation, and it says the world that God created has been entrusted to all of us. We show our respect for the earth's creator, God, by our care for his creation. And in our use of creation, we must also be guided by a concern for all generations to come after us. So we shouldn't just be worried, well, that's not going to affect me, I don't have to worry about it. We should care about long-term effects of things that we are doing to the environment. It does matter. So those are the 7 Catholic social teachings. And what I want you to do this week, so in your textbook, there is a section that has these laid out for you. 290 and 291 in your textbook, that is in OneNote under chapter 25. It's in your content library. It will list out the themes of the Catholic social teachings for you. And on page 291 there are questions that go along with the social teachings. So I am going to have you in OneNote answer some of those questions that the book has for you. So look for that in your OneNote and really reflect on it, and we'll make this more connected to your lives and what you have experienced. Okay, so I hope that helped a little, and I look forward to seeing what you wrote. Have a good day.